These settings make City Transport Simulator 2026 instantly better, and most players don't even know about them. So today, I'll show you 10 tips and tricks you need to know in CTS 2026. Use your cursor instead of the gray interaction dot. A lot of players still use the default gray interaction dot in the middle of the screen. But the problem is, whenever you want to interact with something, the camera keeps moving because the interaction dot is locked to the center of your view. If you press the scroll wheel mouse button 3, you switch to the normal cursor mode. In this mode, your camera stays completely still, while only your cursor moves freely around the cockpit. This makes pressing dashboard buttons much faster, more precise, and way less annoying while driving. Build air pressure faster. If your bus still doesn't have enough air pressure and you can't drive yet, there's a small trick for that. Put the bus into neutral and lightly press the throttle while waiting. For some reason, this helps the systems build pressure faster, meaning you can start driving sooner, especially useful at the beginning of routes. Use bus stop cameras for cleaner parking. The stop cameras are actually super useful in this game. A lot of players ignore them completely, but they help a ton when stopping at tight bus stops. You can position the bus much more accurately and avoid awkward parking angles or hitting the curb. Set navigation to only at junctions, one of the best settings in the game. If your navigation is always visible, your screen can feel really cluttered while driving. But if you switch it to only at junctions, the navigation only appears when you actually need it. So go to Settings, then Gameplay, and choose the option Navigation and turn only at junctions on. It makes the game look cleaner and more realistic. Open the doors before fully stopping. You don't actually need to wait until the bus is completely stationary before opening the doors. If you time it correctly, you can open them just before stopping fully. It saves a bit of time at every single stop, which adds up during long routes. Use UI mirrors. UI mirrors make driving way easier, especially with articulated buses or tight city streets. They give much better visibility than constantly moving your camera around. A lot of crashes and curb hits can honestly be avoided just by using the mirrors more. Just go to Settings, then go to Gameplay and HUD, and go to UI mirrors, then turn that on. Hidden ambient light feature in the New Man Lion City. This is a feature many players completely miss. In the New Man Lion City buses, press Control to open the HUD or menu. There, you can actually change the ambient lighting color inside the bus. You can choose colors like blue, green, orange, purple, and more. It looks especially good during night driving. Let the bus roll naturally sometimes. A common beginner mistake is constantly braking every few seconds. Instead, try letting the bus roll naturally when approaching slower traffic or bus stops. The driving feels much smoother and more realistic that way. Customize your HUD for a cleaner experience. A lot of players don't know that you can customize the HUD to make the game look much cleaner while driving. If the UI feels too large or distracting, you can reduce the HUD size in the settings for a more realistic experience. And if you want an even cleaner view, you can press backspace to instantly hide almost all HUD elements from the screen. This is especially nice for immersive driving, screenshots, or cinematic moments during routes. Use external camera to practice difficult maneuvers. If you're struggling with articulated buses or tight turns, use the external camera to practice first. It helps you understand the turning radius much faster and makes difficult maneuvers easier to learn. After some practice, you can switch back to cockpit view again. I'm sure you learned at least one new thing in this video. So if you did, make sure to subscribe to the channel for more City Transport Simulator 2026 content, tips, tricks, and updates. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.